Exposed: the narcissist's insecurities and how to put them in their place. It's undeniable that narcissists exhibit very unsettling personality traits. But suppose there are sneaky ways of keeping yourself safe. What if all your assumptions about them are just masks they use to hide their insecurities from you? Since even the most confident and put-together people have weaknesses, it stands to reason that narcissists, like the rest of us, have nagging fears. We need to quickly pinpoint the cause of these people's fear. As the first order of business, please accept our warm greetings and welcome to the day. Still, I appreciate you watching this. To what extent do narcissists experience insecurity? That is the topic of today's discussion. I've mentioned numerous times that narcissists suffer from insecurity, but I've never made a video to illustrate why. It's possible for narcissists, with their inflated sense of self-importance and pride, to convince themselves that they're immune to poor self-esteem. But that simply isn't true. Narcissists, to put it plainly, are insecure people. They are a fearful, anxious, and disturbed group. Their delicate egos can't handle the reality of life, so they hide behind masks. Due to its extreme seldom public display, it causes extreme fear for them. Yet I will discuss the undeniable signs of narcissistic insecurity so that you may identify it in others. We must begin by discussing the cocky and overconfident demeanor of many narcissists. For them, the game is to put up a show as though they are completely content, have achieved everything they have set out to do, and are in a league of their own. Narcissists' delusions can be maintained so long as they are constantly fed narcissistic sustenance, those who believe their lies. For narcissists to function, they require others to back them up and have faith in them. In other words, the truth is like a boulder being dropped on their heads when we tell it to them. When we expose a narcissist for who they really are, or when we call them out on their lies, they become defensive and hurt. It's painful for the narcissist when others finally see them for who they really are. To suggest their flaws is to belittle them. Human narcissists feel the sting of unfair criticism just like everyone else. Our comments must sting like hell because we are ruining their false image and smashing their delusions. Narcissists are extremely self-conscious and will go to considerable lengths to ensure that others approve of them. Narcissists attract narcissistic supply by engaging in behaviors and making statements that are viewed as flattering. Narcissists have a shaky foundation upon which to build their life, and one day their falsehoods will come back to bite them. And their deepest feelings of embarrassment and low self-worth will emerge. Since narcissists are so adept at covering up their flaws, it's fortunate that there are a handful of red flags that may be used to spot them. As a first method, you can try employing a projection. Narcissists' projection of their own fears is just as awful as any of their other characteristics. They feel the need to constantly bring people down in order to boost their own self-esteem. A high narcissistic personality trait is associated with a propensity for gossip and harsh criticism of others. I can't stress this enough. They relish our plight. And to rub salt in the wound, they take pleasure in bringing shame upon others at every turn. Narcissists have low self-worth and take pleasure in seeing that trait mirrored in those around them. The need to parade one's possessions and accomplishments is another symptom of narcissistic insecurity. Second, narcissists are continually talking about themselves and their achievements as though people would be more interested if they knew more about them. They are pleased with their recent achievements and like to brag about them. Being in close proximity to a narcissist can make you question what's lacking in your own life. They're doing fine. They got beautiful kids, and life is good for them as a whole. They act this way to cover up the truth that they are deeply broken. The narcissist would have you believe they have it much easier than you do. A narcissist's false modesty is just another way to get attention for themselves. In all honesty, it sounds like a pretty humble brag. The Urban Dictionary has the clearest explanation of this phenomenon. It's when someone pretends to be humble while actually bragging. They were known to employ constructive criticism and modesty in their professional lives. Those with problematic narcissism have a wide range of approval needs. And they want you to know that as well. Narcissists only value what they can boast about, Therefore, anything else is worthless in their eyes. You can use humble brags to promote yourself and gain positive feedback. The unwillingness to accept one's circumstances as they are is the third indicator of narcissistic insecurity, because they claim to have great lives on the outside, but are secretly dissatisfied with their lives. Since they are always behaving, narcissists will never feel content. They have unrealistically high expectations for everything and everyone. Something is constantly missing because they can never be content. There's always more to their false persona than first appears. We've gone over the 3 telltale signs of narcissistic insecurity. Projection, humble brags, and unhappiness can be found in all parts of the spectrum. Keep in mind, though, that narcissists are some of the most dishonest people you'll ever encounter. The masks they wear successfully conceal their genuine emotions and motivations. It's their own feelings of inferiority that drive them to seek power over us and make us their helpless slaves. In the mind of the narcissist, the only way to feel powerful is to make the rest of us feel weak. Finally, remember that the narcissist's concerns are not always obvious. Despite their best efforts, their nervousness is evident in how they act and react to various stimuli. Although narcissists may try to cover up their emotional wounds, fears, and shames, the truth is that our words and statements have the potential to shatter their inflated sense of self-importance and bring these emotions to the surface. The narcissist experiences these divergent feelings simultaneously. The narcissist is trying to protect you from all the suffering he or she is experiencing. They have mastered the art of projecting an air of assurance, yet deep inside they are terrified and unsure of themselves. Therefore, it is of no consequence how much they try to fool themselves into believing that they are something else. When confronted with the reality that there are bounds to what can be achieved under a false name, they act as though they will come regardless. The fact that their desires will never be satisfied guarantees that they will always feel unsatisfied and unhappy. Once again, I pray you found this to be enlightening and useful. Leave your ideas in the comment section. Moreover, if you want to be alerted anytime a new video is uploaded, kindly subscribe to this channel and turn on the bell. Because you've chosen to view this, you have our sincere gratitude. To me, it's quite significant. Thanks.